Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today, the Cubs are in Atlanta for the fourth game of this four-game series. The Cubs looking to earn a split with the Braves, having lost two out of the first three. In today's game, the Cubs will be sending to the mound Brent Suter. The lefty is making appearance number 4. He has a 1-1 record with a 5.40 ERA and a whip of exactly 1. The Cubs lineup today, we're going to throw a little bit of a curveball out here. Mallex Smith is actually going to be in center field. And he is going to be batting second. Rizzo will bat fourth. And that is going to be our lineup for today. So, the Cubs lineup will include Hoerner, Smith, Correa, Rizzo, Santana, Amaya, Tauchman, Suter, and Paradas batting ninth. For the Braves, Mike Soroka is going to be on the mound. He's making start number 6 with a 4-1 record, 2.87 ERA, and a 1.25 whip. The Braves lineup will be Pesha, Inciarte, Albies, Acuna, Freeman, Camargo, Fletcher, Shea Landeliers doing the catching, and Soroka doing the pitching. It is the warmest day we've had so far in Atlanta at 69 degrees and the wind blowing out to left at 6 mph. And it is time to get this ball game underway. We see now, as the Braves take the field, Soroka is on the mound, Nico Hoerner stepping up to the plate to lead off for the Cubs. The Cubs coming in first place in the Central with a 15-9 record. The Braves, 13-11, are second place in the East. Soroka on the mound, looking for the sign. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Hoerner swings and misses for strike 3. So that'll be the first out of the inning. Mallex Smith now the batter. With 1 out, nobody on. Soroka working with a 1-ball count. Here comes the pitch to Smith. And there's a liner down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases. Smith rounding first, heading for second. He is going to round second and head for third with a 1-out triple. Mallex Smith just hit a extra base triple with 1 out in the first inning. And now Carlos Correa is the batter. Smith is 90 feet away on third base. Cubs trying to strike first here in this ball game. Here's a full count pitch and a pop-up to right. Second baseman goes back, and Albies makes the catch for out number 2. So now Rizzo the batter with 2 outs and the runner on third. Rizzo batting with a 2-ball count. And there's a liner into center field. That's a base hit. That'll drive in the run. Mallex Smith scoring from third. And Rizzo has just got his RBI. This is a 1-0 Cub lead. RBI number 15 on the season for Anthony Rizzo. It brings up Danny Santana with 2 outs and the runner on first. Here's the 1-2 count. Santana waiting for the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Santana swings and misses at the sinker. That is going to be the third out of the inning. The Cubs go ahead 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. Suter now will face Pesha in the bottom of the first. Suter working with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch to Pesha. And a liner toward the second baseman. He picks it up, throws over to first. That's out number 1. Inciarte now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here comes the first pitch from Suter. And a pop-up to center. Coming in is Mallex Smith on the run. He makes the catch for out number 2. Ozzie Albies now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Suter working. First pitch. And a liner into left. Coming in is Santana, but he plays on a hop, and that'll be the first base hit of the ball game for the Atlanta Braves. So now Acuna comes up with 2 outs and 1 man on. Here's the full count pitch to Ronald Acuna, and there's a grounder back toward the mound. The pitcher has it, he throws to first, but the throw is late. An infield single for Acuna. And now the Braves are threatening with first and second and 2 outs. Freddie Freeman the next batter. Suter working with a 2-2 count. Here is the pitch to Freeman, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So he got him with the fastball to end the inning. The score remains 1-0 in favor of Chicago as we go to the top of the second inning. Miguel Amaya will lead off for the Cubs here in the second against Mike Soroka. 2-1 count. Amaya waiting for the pitch. And a grounder toward third. Picked up, thrown over to first, and Amaya is retired easily for out number 1. Now Tauchman the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Mike Tauchman. And a looper into medium depth left center field. Coming over is the center fielder Pesha. He makes the catch for out number 2. Next up, the pitcher Suter with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-1 is the count, and Suter grounds it to first. Freeman has it. He throws to the pitcher covering, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs do not score. They go down in order. We go down to the bottom of the second of a 1-0 ball game. Suter will now face Camargo here in the bottom of the second. 1 strike count. And there's a liner past the third baseman in the left field. That's going to be a leadoff single. So stopping at first is Camargo, and it brings up Dave Fletcher. Nobody out, 1 man on. Trying to make a pickoff throw over to first here. See if we can catch Camargo. He dives back safely. So let's pitch to Fletcher, see what happens. There's a pop-up, foul territory, and that is going to be a strike down the right field line. Throw over to first again, see if we can catch Camargo sleeping. Nope, nothing doing. All right, so now we're just going to go 1-2 count and a liner into center field for another base hit. The throw goes to third, and the Braves have the first 2 runners here on base in the second inning. Shane Langolier is now the batter. With nobody out and 2 men on, Braves down by 1. Here's a full count pitch and a pop-up to left. Santana chasing toward the line. He makes the catch for out number 1. No opportunity for the runners to tag up in advance there, and it brings up the pitcher Soraka. With 1 out, runners on first and second. Suter working. First pitch. The bunt is laid down. Now it was popped up. Oh, he tried to bunt, and he pops it up. Rizzo races in and makes the catch, and that's out number 2. So now Pesha is the batter with 2 outs and 2 men on. Bottom of the second inning. Here is the first pitch. And a grounder toward short. Picked up and thrown to second, and they get the intermediate runner to end the inning. The fielder's choice causes the Braves to strand 2. We go to the top of the third of a 1-0 ball game. Soraka now facing Paradas here in the top of the third. With a full count, Paradas is waiting for the pitch. That is a grounder toward the mound. The pitcher has it. He throws to first, and Paradas retired easily for out number 1. Next up, Nico Horner with 1 out and nobody on. Soraka working with a 1-1 count. And a grounder to first. Freeman has it. He steps on the base himself, and that's out number 2. Score that one 3 unassisted, and here's Malik Smith, who has scored the only run of this ball game. Soraka facing Smith with a full count. Here comes the pitch. That is a check swing, and it is outside for ball 4. So Malik Smith takes his base, and now Correa, the batter, and we are going to be looking to steal here. Malik Smith is the fastest man on this entire team. If anybody can steal a base, this is going to be the guy. So let's see what happens. Oh, the throw goes over to first. There's a pickoff throw, and he's safe, so they're thinking the same thing. Another pickoff throw. He's safe again. I'll bet they try to pitch out. Let's see what happens. Soraka now. Yep, there's the pitch out. And so now ball 1 is thrown. Malik Smith still standing on first. And now we're going to see if we can steal second. The throw. Oh, the runner he changed his mind. That's a ball too low. And now a 2-0 count to Correa. Smith still on first with 2 outs. We're going to try to steal again. See what happens here. The runner doesn't go again. That's a 2-1 count now. So now we're going to do a run and hit with a 2-1 count, and I think Correa is going to get a fastball here. Let's see what happens. The run and hit's on. The runner goes. He is safe at second. So that is the second stolen base of the season. Correa does not swing despite being ordered to run and hit on that pitch. Now, with a 2-2 count and 2 out, Smith is on second. Here comes the pitch. And Correa loops that one to medium depth in right field. The catch is made and the inning is over. So the Cubs do not score. They strand 1. We're going to the bottom of the third of a 1-0 ball game. Suter facing Inciarte here in the bottom of the third inning with a 2-1 count. Suter delivers. There's a grounder to first. Rizzo has it. He steps on the base for out number 1. Albies now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Ozzie Albies, and a liner down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit. Cut off by Tauschman, which will hold him to a single. And now Acuna is the batter. Suter is facing Acuna with a runner on first and 1 out. And let's see what happens here. First pitch. Runner's not going. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Now we're going to throw over to first, and he dives back. And now we will pitch and see what happens. There is ball 4 issued on a 3-1 changeup. So now the Braves again have first and second. This time with 1 out, Freddie Freeman is the batter. Suter working with a 1-ball count. The runners go. The throw goes down to third, and the runner is safe. So the double steal is effective for the Braves with 1 out in the 3rd inning. And now Freeman is going to be intentionally walked here because, quite frankly, they left first base open. Freeman is probably the biggest bat in this lineup. We're going to just issue the walk, put him on first, and set up the double play to try to get out of this inning. Now Camargo is the batter with 1 out and the bases loaded. Suter working with a 3-0 count. Here's the pitch, and that's outside for ball 4. He issues the walk, which forces in the run. And so now we're going to warm up a reliever. Let's see here. Who would be coming up? By the time we got a reliever warmed up, there's a bunch of righties coming up. So we're going to warm up Liam Hendriks. All right. So bottom of the 3rd inning, Suter facing Fletcher with 1 out and the bases still loaded. A run was just forced in on the walk. Here comes the pitch. And a liner into center field on the run. And Mallex Smith makes an acrobatic catch for the 2nd out of the inning. However, that'll be a sacrifice fly, and the runner scores from third. So now the Braves have a 2-1 lead, and Shea Langeliers is the next batter. 2 outs, 2 men on. Suter working, trying to get out of this inning. We're going to visit the mound. He says, how do I feel? I feel great. All right, so Suter pitching to Langeliers. Fishing for a strikeout here? I don't know. 2-2 count. Suter delivering, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3, so he gets out of the inning. Suter allows 2 runs to score. We go to the top of the 4th of a 2-1 ball game. We're going to set down Hendriks here. Rizzo now batting against Soraka here in the top of the 4th inning. Cubs trailing now by 1. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Rizzo, and he's going to pop that one up to right. Coming in is Acuna. He looks up and makes the catch for out number 1. Santana now batting with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Danny Santana, and he's going to ground that one to second. The throw goes to first, and that is out number 2. Amaya now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-1 is the pitch, and Amaya grounds it back toward the mound. The pitcher has it. He throws over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go down to the bottom of the 4th of a 2-1 ball game. Suter facing Soraka here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Cubs down by 1. Here's a full count pitch. Suter delivers. There's a grounder to short. The shortstop Correa has it. He throws over to first for out number 1. Pesha now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Suter working with a 2-2 count. Here comes the next pitch. And strike 3 is called. Suter gets the call right on the outside corner. So that is strikeout number 3 of the day. And it brings up Inciarte with 2 outs and nobody on. Suter working with a 1-1 count. And there's a pop-up to center. Going back is Mallex Smith toward the warning track. He will make the catch to end the inning. So the Braves go down in order. We go to the top of the 5th inning of a 2-1 ball game. Now, what are we going to do here? Soraka is on the mound. He's been pitching pretty well today. The pitcher spot is due up second. Suter looked pretty good in the last half inning, but he'd struggled several times in previous innings. So I do think we're going to go ahead and warm up Liam Hendriks and make sure he's ready to come into this game in the next half inning. So Tauchman facing Soraka here in the top of the 5th. 2-1 contest. 2-ball count. Tauchman waiting, and he's going to ground that one to second. The throw goes over to first, and that is out number 1. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Suter. The pinch hitter in this situation is going to be Ryan Braun. Yeah, we're going to pinch hit with Ryan Braun here. We're going to save George Springer for later in the game. So Braun coming up to pinch hit. here in the top of the fifth inning with one out and nobody on base. Soraka working with a 3-1 count. Here is the pitch to Braun. And that's way inside for ball 4. So Braun, showing good eye, draws the walk, and it brings up Paradas with one out and a runner on first. Soraka facing Paradas, and the throw goes over to first, and Braun is picked off of first base. Unbelievable. Braun falls asleep over at first, and now Paradas batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Here comes the pitch to Isaac Paradas. And a liner into the gap in right center field, of course. That would have driven in the run. Paradas going to slide into second with a double. And now the Cubs have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Nico Hoerner is the next batter. He's going to face Soraka with 2 outs and the tying run in second here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's a 1-ball count, and there's a grounder to short. Picked up and thrown over to first. That will end the inning. So the pickoff really hurts the Cubs. We go to the bottom of the 5th of a 2-1 ball game. And now Liam Hendriks is going to be inserted into this game in the number 8 spot and will be asked to pitch to the 3, 4, and 5 batters in the Braves lineup here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hendriks coming in with 10 innings thrown, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, and a 1.80 ERA. Hendriks coming in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here is the first pitch to Ozzie Albies, and a pop-up to right, chasing his Tauschman toward the corner. He makes the catch in front of the warning track for out number 1. Acuna now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here comes the first pitch to Ronald Acuna, and there's a liner into left field. That'll be a base hit. Santana picks it up on 1 hop and returns it to the cutoff man. Stopping at first is Acuna with a single. Freddie Freeman now the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Hendriks working to Freeman with a 3-1 count. That is outside for ball 4, so the walk is issued. And Hendriks now has first and second with 1 out, and Camargo the next batter. He is 1 for 1 with an RBI in this game. Camargo facing Hendriks, 1-2 count. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Hendriks gets a critical strikeout here in this situation. It brings up David Fletcher with 2 outs, 2 men on. Fletcher facing Hendriks here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here is the 1-ball count and the pitch from Hendriks, and a liner into center field. Coming in fast is Mallex Smith, but he plays it on the hop. The throw comes home. The runner is going to score, and the Braves now have a 3-1 lead. That is an RBI single off the bat of David Fletcher. And now Shea Langoliers is the batter with 2 outs and 2 men on. Hendriks facing Langoliers. Here is the first pitch. A liner into center field, going back is Smith. This time he's going to catch it in the air for the 3rd out of the inning. The Braves score again. They take a 3-1 lead into the top of the 6th inning. Mallex Smith now leading off against Mike Soraka here in the top of the 6th inning. With Mallex Smith 1 for 1 on the day. Here comes the first pitch. Smith grounds it toward third. Picked up, and the throw over to first is just in time. He gets Smith by half a step for the 1st out of the inning. Correa now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Soraka working with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Liner down the right field line. That'll be a base hit. Correa with a 1-out single, stopping at first. And now Anthony Rizzo is the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Rizzo representing the tying run here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the first pitch, and Rizzo is plunked. Rizzo, again, he must just go out there with a big target painted on that shoulder because he keeps getting hit. Rizzo now heads down to first, and Correa over to second, and Danny Santana is the batter with 1 out and runners on first and second in the top of the 6th inning. Santana has had a rough season so far. He's batting 190 with a 253 OBP. So in the top of the 6th inning, with 2 men on and 1 out, and Soraka at 87 pitches, this is where we are going to pinch hit with George Springer. Springer will come into the game for Santana. He is going to pinch hit from the right side against the righty Soraka here in the top of the 6th inning. Springer with a 221 average, but 5 home runs on the season. And that's really what we're looking for right here. So Springer facing Soraka, 2-2 count. Here's the pitch, and there's a grounder to third. The throw goes to second, the relay to first, and that is a 5-4-3 double play, which will end the inning. So the Cubs do not score. We go to the bottom of the 6th of a 3-1 ball game. And now Springer is going to stay in the game to play center field. Mallex Smith will shift over. Wait, let me see here. Mallex Smith, is he going to shift over to left? Tauschman, actually. Tauschman belongs in left. Mallex Smith will play in right. That's how we're going to make the new defensive alignment. Liam Hendriks coming out for inning of work number 2. He is on the mound facing his opposition, the pitcher Mike Soraka, to lead off in the 6th inning. Here's a full count and the pitch. The check swing, strike 3 is called. So Soraka gets strikeout number 2. Hendriks facing Pasha now with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the 1-2 pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Hendriks gassed him with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and now Ender Inciarte is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Inciarte waiting for the 1-ball pitch. Here it comes. Liner down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases. Rounding first, heading for second. That is going to be a sliding double for Ender Inciarte, and he is in scoring position with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. That will cause activity in the Cub bullpen. This time it will be in the form of, let's see here, Nick Birdie. Nick Birdie will be the new pitcher. Or if we require a relief pitcher, he'll be the one brought in. So, we're going to visit the mound. We're warming up. He says he's got more than enough. Albies now is the batter. The switch-hitting Albies steps up from the left side against the righty Liam Hendriks. With 2 outs and the runner on second in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here is the first pitch to Albies, and a grounder toward short. Correa boots it, and everybody's going to be safe. So Correa with the error, the first of this ball game, and it brings up Acuna with 2 outs and runners on the corners. Hendriks facing Acuna here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That error was at a really critical juncture right here. We'll see if the Braves are able to capitalize on it. Hendriks facing Acuna. Here's the 1-2 count and the pitch, and a grounder to second. This time Horner has it. He sure-handedly fields it and throws to first to end the inning. So the error does not come back to haunt the Cubs. We go to the top of the 7th of a 3-1 ball game. And now Miguel Amaya will be leading off for the Cubs against Mike Soraka here in the top of the 7th inning. With a full count, Amaya waiting for the pitch, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that is out number 1, and Mike Tauschman is the next batter, and the Braves are going to bring in the righty Luke Jackson here in the top of the 7th. Jackson has thrown 9 innings, walked 6, struck out 14, and has an ERA of 2. Tauschman facing Jackson with 1 out in the top of the 7th. 1-2 is the count. Jackson looking for the sign and delivering the pitch. That is strike 3 called. A slider right at the knees, and that is out number 2. And now Liam Hendriks is the batter, but we are going to send up another pinch hitter. This time it will be Ehire Adrianza. He will be pinch hitting here in the 7th inning for the Cubs. He'll step up from the left side against the righty Jackson here in the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs and nobody on. Adrianza waiting for the 0-2 pitch. And here it comes. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that will end the inning. The Cubs go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 7th of a 3-1 ball game. So Birdie is ready to come in and pitch. He is going to be inserted into the number 8 spot. And he will be the new pitcher of record for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Birdie has thrown 9 innings, walked 3, struck out 13, and has an ERA of 2. Freeman facing Birdie here in the bottom of the 7th with a 2-0 count. Birdie looking to deliver the pitch. And a pop-up on the infield. The catcher, Amaya, coming out from behind the plate. He makes the catch for out number 1. Camargo now the batter. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Facing Birdie with 1 out and nobody on. Here is the first pitch from Birdie. And there's a grounder to second. Horner has this one. He throws to first, and that's out number 2. Next up, David Fletcher with 2 outs and nobody on. Birdie working, facing Fletcher. First pitch. And there's a pop-up to center. Springer going back, retreating, and making the catch for out number 3. So the Braves retired in order. We go to the top of the 8th of a 3-1 ball game. Paradas leading off for the Cubs here in the top of the 8th inning against the righty Luke Jackson. Paradas is 1 for 2 today, waiting for the 2-2 pitch. And he is hit by the pitch, so Paradas parades down to first, and that is going to be the leadoff batter on base for the Cubs. Now Nico Hoerner is the batter. Paradas on first, and nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. Hoerner facing Jackson with a 2-strike count. Here comes the pitch. Hoerner's going to ground that one to third. The throw goes over to first, and Hoerner is out by half a step for out number 1. Paradas advances to second. He's now in scoring position. And Mallex Smith, who is 1 for 2 today, is going to face Jackson with 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Jackson facing Smith with the runner on second, 1 out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And Mallex Smith grounds it to short. He looks the runner back, and the throw goes over to first. That is out number 2. So now Carlos Correa is the batter with 2 outs, and the runner still on second. Jackson working here in the top of the 8th inning. Here's a full count pitch to Correa, and that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Braves still lead 3-1 going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Birdie is coming out to work inning number 2. He is going to face the 8, 9, and 1 batters in the Braves lineup here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Birdie only threw 5 pitches to get through the 7th. Here's an 0-2 count and the pitch from Birdie, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Langeliers strikes out to lead off the inning. And now the Braves going to send up a pinch hitter, Nick Martini, here in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the 1-strike count and the pitch from Birdie, and a liner into left. On the run and making the catch. Nope, playing it on a hop is Tauschman over in left. So that is going to be a 1-out single for Martini. It'll bring up Pescia with 1 out, 1 man on. Birdie working with a 1-2 count. And he hits the batter. So now Pescia is on first. Martini moves up to second. We're going to have to warm up another reliever. And we're going to warm up the lefty, Blake Taylor. We're gonna visit the mound. He says, I'm warming up. I'm here. So Birdie now facing Inciarte with 1 out and the runners on first and second. Oh, and you know what? We need to be warming up Diaz too. So 1 out, runners on first and second. Birdie facing Inciarte here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs trying to hold this at a 2-run deficit. Here's the 3-0 count and the pitch, and that is ball 4. So Birdie apparently has completely lost command of the strike zone here. He hit Pescia, he walked Inciarte on 4 straight, and now Albies is the batter with 1 out and the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Birdie working with a 1-2 count. There's a grounder to first. The diving play, the throw comes home, and the relay to first is not in time. They get the force at home. A sensational defensive effort by Anthony Rizzo over at first base to stop that from getting into right field. So the Braves do not score. There's now 2 outs and the bases are still loaded. And Acuna is the batter. He's facing Birdie with 2 outs, bases loaded. Braves still up by 2. And we are going to throw? I'm not going to throw over to third. No way. I'm just wondering if I throw over to third, if Diaz would be ready to come into this game. I almost feel like I would want the pitcher to waste a little bit of time, let Diaz make a couple more warm-up throws. But if I throw over to third and it's an errant throw, he'll just come home and score. That doesn't do me any good. So now he's going to have to face Acuna. Here's the 1-strike count and the pitch to Acuna, and there's a pop-up to right. This should do it. The right fielder going back toward the warning track, and Smith makes the catch for out number 3. So Birdie navigates the jam. We go to the top of the 9th of a 3-1 ball game. And now we're going to set the relievers back down. Rizzo is going to lead off for the Cubs here in the top of the 9th inning. Rizzo facing the lefty A.J. Minter here in the top of the 9th. Minter has thrown 7 innings, walked 9, struck out 8, and allowed an ERA of 5.14. Rizzo coming up to lead off for the Cubs. Here's a 1-2 count. Minter looking to deliver the pitch. And here it comes. And Rizzo swings and misses for strike 3. That was a fastball at 95. George Springer now the batter, facing the lefty Minter with 1 out and nobody on. Springer waiting for the 2-1 pitch. And there's a pop-up to center field chasing his Pesha. He gets under it and makes the catch for out number 2. And that brings up Miguel Amaya. He is 0 for 3 today, facing Minter with 2 outs and nobody on. Amaya waiting for the first pitch, and he's going to pop that one up toward first base. Freddie Freeman makes the catch, and that'll end the game. So the Cubs fall 3-1 in this contest. The Cubs getting 1 run on 4 hits with 1 error. The Braves 3 runs on 9 hits with no errors. The player of today's game is the Braves' Mike Soroka. He threw 6 1/3 innings of 4-hit 1-run baseball with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Jackson gets a hold. Minter gets his 2nd save of the season. Suter's tagged with the loss. He went 4 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Hendricks threw 2 innings, allowed a run on 3 hits, and Birdie threw 2 scoreless but stressful innings in relief. So the Cubs dropped to 15-10, losing 3 out of 4 at Atlanta to the Braves, while the Braves improved to 14-11. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.